guys, welcome back to this lesson on passive verbs without clauses. This is going to help you in your academic essays and in your debate as well. So let's look how it works. Here we go. We have here passive is often used with what? With verbs of saying and believing. Most of these verbs are alleged, believe, consider, expect, report, understand, think, know, and say. So let's know the meaning of these verbs, okay? So alleged, it means to say that someone has done something without giving proof. And believe, it means to accept that something is true, especially without proof. Consider, it means to think about something before making a decision. Expect, it means to think or to believe something will happen. Report, it means to give information about something to someone. Understand, it means to know or realize to know or realize something because you have been told it. Think, it means to believe, and of course we have to know and to say. So these are the most verbs that we can use with that clauses, okay? And of course in passive, okay? Right. Okay, now let us know the structures that with that clauses, okay? Now let us talk about the structures with that clauses, okay? Here we have two structures, okay? So it plus passive verbs plus that clause. And the second is subject plus passive verbs plus to infinitive. Passive verbs, it means what? It means be plus past participle of the verb, right? Good. So let's move on to examples, okay? To talk about, we're going to start with present tenses, okay? To talk about present tenses, which means present simple, present continuous, and present perfect, and so on. Right, here we go. We have the first example is, he is a good speaker. So he is a good speaker. So we're gonna choose verb think, okay? From the verbs that we have already seen, right? Here. It is thought and think it becomes it changed in past perfect, past participle. It becomes thought, okay? So it is thought. It is thought that he is a good speaker. It is thought by whom? It is taught by many people, okay? So here we don't say it is taught by many people, okay? We say it is taught because it is obvious. We don't need to say it is taught by many people, okay? So it is taught that he is a good speaker. We have said that we take that structure. It's plus passive verbs. Passive verbs is plus to be, because the sentence here is in simple present, okay? So it is thought, okay, that he is a good speaker. He is a good speaker is a sentence in present, simple. So he is thought to be. We have be here. Is to be, it means is and are. Okay, so we use is with singular and we use third singular and we use are with plural. So here it becomes be in infinitive, okay? So he is thought to be a good speaker, right? So these both sentences state the information as what? As fact, but it might not be fact at all. okay? Because it's just what people think, right? Great. Now let's move on. Let's look at the second example here. She works as an English teacher, okay? She works as an English teacher. It is in present tense. Okay, it is in present. This sentence is in present simple. Okay, she works as an English teacher. We have verb to know. Okay, so we have said we have two structures in that clauses. So we have it plus passive verbs plus that clause, and we have subject plus passive verb plus to infinitive, right? Fine. Let's continue. It is known that. It is known. We have verb to know, okay? It is in past participle, and verb is, it is because we have the structure is be plus past participle. So be is, because we are talking about it, okay? It is known that she works as an English teacher, okay? We write it is known, and then we put the sentence as it is here in this structure, okay? So the second structure is she is known, okay? We start with she. We start with the subject of the sentence, right? She is known to, okay? Not that. She is known to work. The verb in the sentence works, she works, it becomes an infinitive to work. She is known to work as an English teacher. I think it's clear. Fine. So now let's move on to the third example. The boy is wearing a black sweater and blue jeans. So, to believe, okay? Believe. Let's make it here. It is believed that the boy is wearing a black sweater. It is believed, okay? Is, okay, plus believed in past participle, and that the boy is wearing black sweater and the blue jeans, of course. The second example, the second structure, the boy is believed to be, okay? We have subject plus passive verbs, which is be plus past participle plus to infinitive, okay? The boy is believed to be wearing black sweater and blue jeans. And this sentence, it is in present continuous, okay? Now let's move on to other examples. Okay, now let's look at the fourth example, right? Here we have, they have received the report. The sentence is in present perfect. So they have received the report. And we have the verb expect. So we need to use verb expect in that clause, okay? So now let's move on. So it is expected that they have received the report. We have said that it plus passive verbs plus that clause, and the subject plus passive verb plus to infinitive. So it is expected that be, okay, plus be, it means is, okay, because we have third singular, and expected in past participle is expected. Expect in past participle, it becomes expected. So they have, okay, it is expected that they have received the report. And let's look at the second structure. We have they are expected to have received the report. Here we use the subject of the sentence, okay, and with passive verbs, and then with to infinitive. And we have to infinitive, they have received, okay, with to infinitive. They have received, have here, it becomes to have, you need to have, okay, to have received the report. They are expected to have received the report. Now let's move on to present passive with that clause. The sentence is, these structures are used in formal English, okay? Of course. We have verb to understand. It is understood it is understood that these structures are used in English and are used in formal English. So it is understood that these structures are used. Sorry, yes, I made a mistake here. Yeah. Are. Okay, so it is understood that these structures are used in English, in formal English. And the second structure is these structures are understood to be used in formal English. Okay? Okay, now we're going to talk about examples in past tense. Okay? Here we go. Subject plus passive verbs plus to have. Okay? When you use the structure of subject, we use to have. We need to add to have plus past participle of the verb. Okay? Great. So, pickpocket hit an old man. Okay, the first example, pickpockets, it means thieves. Hit an old man. It is in simple past. Okay? We have verb alleged. So here it is alleged that pickpockets hit an old man. Okay? And the second structure, we have a little bit change. Okay? Pickpockets are alleged. Okay? To. Okay? We have said subject plus passive verb plus to infinitive. Okay? Plus to have, we add have. Okay, so pickpockets are alleged to have, and we have hit here in past participle. It's hit, so it stays the same. So alleged to have hit an old man, right? Great. Now let's move on to the second example. She was taking care of her family. We have verb to say. So it is said that she was taking care of her family. This is simple. So the second example, she is said to have. And because we have this sentence is in past continuous, okay? We change was to be. Okay, being, sorry, in past participle. So she is said to have been, okay? She is said to have we have there. We need to write it here. And was, it changed, it is be. In past participle, it's being, okay? So it becomes being. So here, to have been taking care of her family. She is said to have been taking care of her family, right? Good. Now let's continue other examples. So now we're going to talk about past passive with that clause, okay? We have first example. 5 kids were injured in the explosion. 5 kids were injured in the explosion. We have verb to report. It is reported that 5 kids were injured in the explosion. Okay? It's plus passive verbs plus that clause. Okay? The second case here, we have 5 kids. Okay? Subject plus passive verbs plus to have plus past participle. So here, 5 kids are reported to have been injured. Okay, so to have been, because the sentence here is what? In past passive, were injured. So where it becomes being in past participle. So to have been injured in the explosion. So 5 kids were reported. 5 kids are reported to have been injured in the explosion. These two structures, okay? These structures are often used in news reports. For example, in a report about accident. Fine? Now let's move on to look at the future with past with passive with that clause. Okay, now let's look at example in future tense. Okay, so here, many more people will die from starvation in the next decade. We have expect, verb to expect. It is expected that many more people will die from starvation in the next decade. Okay, so we have said add plus passive verbs plus that clause. Okay, and in the second case we start with subjects plus passive verbs plus to infinitive. Okay, plus to infinitive in future. It is like present tense. Okay, so many more people are expected to die from starvation in the next decade. Okay, so present and future we have the same structure. There is a little change in past because we add to have, okay, and past participle. That is the change between tenses, okay, in passive sentences with that clause. Okay, so I hope you understand. I hope you understand this lesson, and if you have any question or comments, leave it in the comment sections. And if you enjoy my lessons, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you like this video in particular, give it a like and share it with your friends, because it helps me to create more interesting content to you. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.